Welcome to the answers section of the Q&A of Iron Drummer. So I'm going to get straight into it. The first time I did this, it went for 23 minutes. So I'm doing it again. And I'm doing it at work because it's really hot outside and inside. So I'm in my air-conditioned office. So let's get to it. First one comes from Jacob Friedman. I'm going to say that's Friedman, not Friedman, but I could be wrong. Is this your job? Tell us your whole life story. I was born, started playing drums around the age of 8, and still going. So, no, this is not my job. Nathan Blackman, I want to hear what cymbals can be from other companies other than Minor would you recommend for a drummer who doesn't make a lot of money? What's my favourite? Congrats, I am subscriber 487 and 513. Mate, Nathan, I love you guys. Okay, there are many brands out there, but as I said, I'm with Minor. I actually love the brand, love the company. It doesn't always come down to the gear and how much money you've got. It's how you play it and how you practice. So people who go out and spend tens of thousands of dollars on having the best gear may not be the best drum in the world. I've seen guys like just absolutely groove and chop machines playing on the worst gear imaginable, and they make it sound phenomenal. So check out the Minor range. As I said, it's not always about having the best gear, but the Minor stuff is pretty good. I'd check them out if I was you. Another one from Jacob. No, but actually, do you do music professionally and show you all my drum gear? I used to do it many years ago professionally, and then I worked in finance, and now I don't work in finance. I will be showing you all my gear in future videos. It is coming up, I promise. Now, this one's from Dean Kennedy. He's actually going to be on the show soon. He's got 3. Favourite drumming album song. I'm going to say... Favourite drumming album song. This is a tough one. I would actually say my favourite album and drumming is all around a whole package is Wayne Krantz's 2 Drink Minimum, recorded with 2 stereo mics at the 55 Bar in New York with Zach Danziger and Lincoln Goins. Phenomenal album. It's one of those albums I can put it in my CD player, and it's always on repeat. I love that album. Album song of which you wish you played on. Ooh. I would say either Secrets by Vinny or by Alan Holdsworth with Vinny on it, or 7 Days on 10 Summer Stars, but I couldn't do it any justice, I don't think. And also Birch, Maple or Other. I'm going to say Maple. I'm a Maple guy. I just love Maple. This one's from Ellery Baloo. I hope I said that right. Where are you going to play those beautiful white Yamaha recording customs? How did you get them? Okay, those aren't Yamaha recording customs. That is was my first real kind of pro kit. It's a late early 90s Pearl BLX 8, 10, 12, 14 and a 20-inch bass drum. Can I play them? Well, if I play them on the videos and I have DW as a sponsor, then be like Daniel Ricciardo from Red Bull drinking a V on camera. So, unfortunately, no, I can't play them. This one comes from DW Babinga. Do you own all the stand drums you test out? Yes. So far, yes. Dominic Neeson. How can you buy all those drums? Are you minted? Minted is an English word for loaded, rich, got plenty of cash kind of thing. I've been buying drums since I was in my teenage years. I haven't really sold a lot of them, so I keep just buying them. I find good deals. Being a artist of companies, it does help because you do get looked after in terms of buying gear. But no, I am not minted. Definitely not minted. Matus Rossa. As again, I hope I got this right. Favourite drum heads on snare, tom, bass. Coda G1, clear Coda G1 on the toms, and EMAD heavyweight, or even a G2 on the bass drum. Do I use any gadgets? No, but I am reviewing the new TuneBot coming up soon, but most of my tuning is done by feel and by ears. A lot of it is feel. This one's from John D. Ramo. He knows I like to use the Evans G1. Have you tried the UV1? Yes, I have. It was on the Black Iron one. It was the very first episode. And also snare-wise, the Dunnet you had the 42 strands, while the Yamaha Piccolo Brass seamless only had 20, right? Snare strands do make a really big difference to the overall tone of the drum. You can have it more sensitive, less sensitive, more cracky, less cracky with more body. I am going to go into this a bit deeper in a couple of future episodes soon. And why I didn't have anything fatter on the Yamaha seamless? Well, They use a parallel bridging system, so the snare wires go past the snare edge or the bearing edge. So you need to use a vintage set of pure sounds to get the real effect of the drum, and also to use that sensitive, basically parallel snare strainer system. But I will go into depth of that at a later date. Richard O'Brien, how do you tune your snares? By feel and by ear. Basically, I could sit there and tune each lug absolutely perfectly, but still might not sound good. Dave Werkle years ago at a clinic, he was talking about finding the mystery lug or the magic lug. It's basically on a floor tom, you find a lug on the bottom of the drum head, and you detune it like quite a lot, and you get that real dip fat sound. So I hope that answers your question. Julia Fernandez, what is the one snare you could ID without a doubt if blindfolded? I would have to say I'd be the black iron, because it's got a very unique tone, or the DW True Sonic. Also, the Outlaw snare, I've got the 40 by 6.5. I know all my children, I think, not by name. Chewy, I do the Chewy noise. I can't do it. What do you think is the most shit? I'm gonna swear. What is the most shit brand of kit out there? Big name kits. I'm talking just because. Okay. As I said earlier about money, buying gear, and having a shit brand. I do remember back in the day, like when Mapex first came out, their drums were pretty average. Like the low end stuff. Like you'd tune their head and you could see the whole drum just bending and warping, and the actual outer wrap would kind of peel away, and it was all pretty bad. I don't think anyone makes a really bad drum anymore, especially these days, because back in my day, a beginner kit, they were really bad. You either had a beginner kit or you had a really expensive pro kit. Now, you can get actually, you want to know my main gigging kit that I take to pubs, clubs, small gigs, is a Concept Birch PDP. Because it actually sounds really good for what the drum costs. I think the whole thing cost me like $1,000 with the snare drum. So yeah, I think it'd be hard pressed to find maybe the CB700s. This one's from Benedict Stefan. Your channel is amazing. I think you're amazing for saying that. Great content, high quality videos. Am I a full-time drummer? No, I am not. I do this. I used to be a full-time drummer, but I'm not anymore. What else do I do for a living? I am a automotive bespoke detailer. So I work on anything from your lovely Priuses that come in to anything from your Ferrari 308s, GDIs, or your classic cars, Bugatti Veyrons, Lamborghini Murcielagos, Legeras, and things like that. So I do full correction coatings, PPF film wraps, and things like that. So that's my business. Yeah, it's fun. And yes, and best regards from Bucharest, Romania. Dude, Romania. I love Romania. Never been, but I really want to go. This was from Chris B on a different video. Same good question though. It's on the Paul Line video. How do I tune the bottom head? I tune the bottom head not really super tight, but it is quite up in the high tuning. And so when I actually change the top head tuning range, I always leave the bottom head 90% of the time the way I've originally tuned it. Sometimes I might need a bit of a kind of a muck around, but generally it's not too bad. So yeah, kind of the high tuning range. That room I'm in, Reverb, is a 320 square meter factory. That's not too many questions. I love your work. Alex Templey, what is your greatest life-changing experience drum related? That's a hard one. I think would be, I did some fill-ins last minute, like a phone call in the morning for Guy Sebastian out in the middle of nowhere at a festival, and that was, can you learn these songs? Spotify didn't exist. I downloaded them, got on stage, and then just played them. That was a bit of a life-changing moment to realise that I could work under extreme high pressure at very, very short notice. But there's other ones as well, but we'll go into those on another date. And what would you tell a 15-year-old you? Follow your dreams, follow your passion. Don't get stuck in a day job working in an office like I did for so long. That would be my advice to my 15-year-old self. This one's from Fantech97. Who is your biggest drumming influence? There's a few, but I'd say it's anywhere from Gad, but I'd definitely say Vinny. But I draw influences from anywhere, and anyone who I think that is a good drummer, or even a bad drummer. I don't think there's really such thing as a bad drummer anymore. I think, there's always that room for improvement. I am not the greatest drummer in the world, and I always try and get better if I can. But yeah, I'd probably say Vinny is my main influence. Oh, this one's from Ben Harrison. This is a good question. How do you afford your drums? I just buy them. I don't always buy them. Sometimes I loan them. There are a lot of drums coming in which I am not buying. So we've got about 30 stand drums coming from all around the world. I'll be reviewing in the next few months. I'm not buying a single one. I just can't afford it. And, I've got bills and things to pay as well. The business is, it's still got to take off, is more, do a bit more sustainable so I can buy more gear. But until then, it's, I'm just happy playing drums and other people's drums. All right, this is a good one. Actually, this is going to be one of our first guests for the podcast. So, Leon Kachayas, broad question, but if you could pick one of your stands, which one has the most versatility? I have to say it's the True Sonic. I know I keep saying it because it's just good. It just always works. Spencer Drums, what's the reasons that you endorse the companies that you do? DW Minor, they're all great. Pro-Minor, they're all fantastic. And I've endorsed some companies over the years, but these ones are like, they actually make you feel like family. They actually make you feel like you're important. Not just to the drumming community or the music world, but also they make you feel important to them. And I can't go past that. The Ginger Thunder, that is the best name ever. When are you going to loan me all that gear? When you come to Australia, because I'm still waiting for you to visit. Okay, this is the last one. How many snare drums do you own altogether? I think I am sitting in around the 80 mark. 84, I think it is. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the answers to my very first Q&A. You can always subscribe here-ish somewhere, and you can always watch the previous video here, which will not be the Q&A because we've just answered these questions. So, thank you for coming along. Love your work. Back to regular viewing this week when it cools down a little more because it is stinking hot here in Melbourne. Take care, and I'll see you soon.